Hey guys, so every now and then I like to do videos on RC cars. I was inspired by watching the Pocket Rocket 64 channel, and he did a cool little mod to his WPL D12. It's like one of those tiny little Asian pickup trucks. And that reminded me that I have this WPL Toyota FJ40, and I bought this maybe 2 years ago, or at least a year ago. It's listed as a 1/16 scale Toyota, and it's listed as a WPL C34. There's a cheap version, which is what I got, and it's all basically plastic, plastic gears and diffs and all that stuff. But you can get a C34K, which I believe changes things to metal gears, and it would actually be a more durable off-road RC truck. This I'm not going to actually show videos of this running because this is an old RC truck now. There's tons of videos on it where they're going through mud and they show all modified ones. I just really want to show what you can do to weather the vehicle, and also some modifications. I chopped the whole roof off of this thing. So the reason why I even bought this is because maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was collecting these 1/12 scale action figures. And I just wanted to see, if I could fit some of these action figures into an RC truck. I'm used to more hobby grade RC crawlers and stuff, like 1/10 axials or even 1/24 scale low Cs and stuff like that. But this was cheap. I think it was like $40 delivered. And it's a ready to run kit. It comes with a little remote controller. It's powered by 2 AA batteries in here, and then it came with the battery pack and a little USB charger as well. I went and modified, well, I have a different battery in it now, and I changed to XT30s. But yeah, the battery and I believe the motor must be up here under this black engine cover. And so when it does run, the headlights do turn on. So, but I gotta tell you, I mean, this is a toy. It's not really a hobby grade vehicle, but then again, for 40-50 bucks or whatever, you can't really expect it to be a hobby grade vehicle. But it does work. I mean, it is fully proportional as well. It's just not like damped like a real hobby grade truck would be. Like the shocks are just springs, I think, but there's no oil dampening or anything like that. And there's no rear lights, there's no working turn signals, just the headlights turn on. So yeah, I guess I'll insert an image of what this thing looked like beforehand. But it was an FJ40, so it had a white roof and then side windows and stuff. But I chopped it off so I could get my action figures in there. The windshield does come down, and these doors also do open. There's a little friction tab or something there. But to fit my little action figures in there, I had to chop the floor panel out so their feet could actually hang in there. And you can't really fit larger action figures like Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends isn't actually 6-inch. It's not really 1/12. They're more like 6.5 to 7-inch figures, whereas these are true 1/12 scale hobby grade figures. So yeah, I just went over it with a bunch of different paints and washes. And there's a method you can do a bunch of searches for called the salt technique about weathering. And I'll just briefly explain how it happens. Basically, you take some hairspray, just some hairspray that your woman or men, I suppose, with giant hairdos would use. You spray the vehicle with that, and then you sprinkle salt onto it. Or I guess you could use sugar as well, some crystalline things. And so what happens is the hairspray traps in the crystals. And then once that's all dried out, you then spray paint it with the color that you're looking for. In my case, I actually sprayed it with some silver. And then once that paint dries, you start chipping off all the crystals. And so hopefully you can see here, maybe let me get a little closer. You can see here that you can kind of see the remnants of all the salt or salt crystals that I had here. So all the crystals removed exposed the original blue plastic. And so if you want to really weather something, you can continue doing this several times. Or you could actually leave some of the crystals on there and then spray a second color and then take the crystals off again. And so basically you'll have 2 or 3 different colors depending on how many layers of salt and hairspray and removal of the crystals. Again, you can just YouTube it as well. But you know, you can see there's some silver, original blue, and I got some rust color in there. And then I ran a whole bunch of paint washes over it to make it look like a used off-road truck. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. If you want to have like a vehicle to put your action figures in, this does work, but only for true 1/12 scale figures, and you're gonna have to cut out the floorboard. So here's a better view of that. So that floorboard is just totally gone. And one nice thing about this thing is the steering column is really flexible. So you can actually slide the legs of the action figure underneath that steering column very well without messing with it. I do believe these seats actually do slide forward. You can see a little groove there, so let me put the camera down. Yeah, boy. Yeah, alright, so I've moved. So yeah, I don't know why, WPL would do that, but I guess it's nice for them to have it, because now this girl actually fits. It looks like she's fitting the vehicle a little bit better, whereas the guy is still, his seat's fully locked back. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it came with the sticker kit, and I added a bunch of stickers here before I weathered it. Just your standard type of off-road type of stickers, and some registration tags. So put those on the windshield. So I think it's pretty cool for a scale RC. It just doesn't actually perform like a hobby grade. It definitely performs like a car. But hold on, let me get these figures out of here, and I'll show you the bottom side. Alright, so it's just a tiny, I think it's a 380 motor, so it's definitely slow. It's not really listed as a rock crawler, it's just listed as a 4x4. So it couldn't really, it's not going to crawl rocks really well, because the suspension is just, there's no damping at all, it'll just bounce around. But it does have plastic drive shafts, and then all these links and stuff like that. The chassis is actually made of metal. I think this might be plate aluminum. So one nice thing about this is you can actually upgrade everything. I think you can pretty much make this entire thing metal, but at that point in time you might as well just start off with a hobby grade truck. That would be my way to go. So okay, well, yeah, the tires are nice. I'm not sure if there's actually foam in there. I think it's just air. So that's another thing that a real hobby grade would have. It would have foam, or actually weights if it's a rock crawler, to keep the thing grounded. The switch is right there under the front there. A little red switch there. Okay. So I don't really use this too much, to be honest with you. It was just more of something to do. I guess I'll probably sell this someday. Alright, well anyways, I just thought I'd let you guys know there's ways to weather stuff. It's, I believe, called the hairspray and salt technique. So it works for all sorts of things, that you want to weather, not just vehicles, but, action figures, robots, houses, any sort of scenery that you want to have a layered effect to, like there. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next RC video.